Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and I'm really excited to give you my second update on the progress of the Lego room. We are making headway, but arguably not quickly enough for me, and the banging, it's so bad. But without any further ado, let's go straight into the room and see the progress made in the last week. Well, really quick update this week in that there's not a lot to see, but we have made a lot of progress. We haven't got great pictures because we haven't got any lighting in here yet, so I'm just doing the sunlight through the outside door. And you can see that all of the walls and the ceiling have been newly plastered and looking very flat and are currently drying out. And we even have a radiator there on the wall and the wires coming out for the new plug sockets. And we have a solid floor as well. The insulation layer has gone on top of the concrete level, and now we have a chipboard floor on top of that with a nice waterproof membrane in between, which means we can add a carpet, which we've actually been scoping out today, Mrs. Hood and I. So yeah, we've pretty much picked out a carpet that we're going to go with that should be easy on my knees, as well as not too fluffy for dust and all the rest of it when we've got our Lego tables in place. So yeah, not much to show. Yeah, I'm just going around in circles really. It's a great big empty echoey space of a box, but yeah, that is exactly what we wanted, isn't it, gang? So yeah, cool. Yeah, short update over. Right, so we've got ourselves a lovely empty box, but what colour should we paint that empty box? That's the next question. And Mrs. Hood and I have been going around looking at paint charts and getting tester pots to try some out, because I suppose our tastes are quite conservative in a way, in that most of our house we let the furnishings do the work with colours and so on, and we have kind of relatively bland walls, as you've seen in the current Lego room. But this time we're going to do something different. We're going to paint all of the walls a lovely sky blue, and that's what Robin's doing over here, trying to decide exactly what shade to go for. And then what I might do is even paint on a sort of skyline or clouds or something like that onto the backdrop. But the first thing is to decide which blue. I don't want to go for something too dark, like this dark azure or even normal blue, because I think it would be very oppressive in a room with very few windows and not much light. So these are the three tester pots that I'm going to try out on some board, and essentially they might dry slightly differently. Don't paint on my desk. We've got this lovely light blue. It looks like a nice sort of spring day. We've got this one, other brands are available, in the middle, which is slightly more sort of cornflower bluey. And then we've got this one, which should be a little bit darker, which is that, more like a summer's day kind of blue. So yeah, that is the choice that I'm going for at the moment. So you'll have to let me know if you've got a firm favourite at the moment. I'm kind of erring on the side of the lighter ones, I must say, but we'll see how they dry and how they look. But yeah, they look a bit brighter to me. So that is one thing that we're going to be doing this week, though we're not ready for painting yet at all. We've got to finish the room and get all the lights in and everything else first, of course. Another thing that we've got hanging over from last week was the guess for the base plate numbers of the room. I've done a bit of measuring now we've got the plasterwork in place, and I can get an approximate value for how many tables and base plates I think I can squeeze in. Now, including the standing holes, and well, any other features that I decide to put in, I think I can get 384 base plates in there. Who had that number? Who won? I don't know. But yeah, that's been quite conservative, giving me quite a lot of space at the near side for storage and for a new filming area and all sorts of stuff like that. And it favours very well with the previous Lego room, which was only 214 base plates, including the standing holes. So that's an 80% improvement. And given that we're going to have about, well, similar standing holes, they'll be a bit bigger, a bit longer, I think. But I think I'm going to have just two running the same sort of end-on type perspective as I did in the old Lego room. I think it's going to get an even higher proportion increase because, well, I don't think they'll need to increase as much as the rest of the space. And we've got all that new access from the entire sort of front run, so to speak, where we can attack things on the overhang or near the door or everything from the front for the first time. So that's going to be really interesting. So yeah, I think we've got loads more space. Definitely going to have loads more trains. That's one of the questions that I've been having. Yes, loads more trains coming in. And I've got a bit of a partnership to announce on a future update, I think. More subway. I definitely want to have more stations and it going to different parts of the city. Already it goes to sort of 2 stations that are one in each standing hole, but I think we can do more than that. I think we can start to involve that front profile a lot more. So that's really exciting. And probably the biggest question I've had the most times from different people in different ways was, what is my strategy for bringing down the existing city? Am I just starting with a completely blank slate, or am I going to bring that down in its entirety and then add to it, or what? And I'm not entirely decided yet. There's definitely certain areas I just love the layout of and I would want to keep. Other bits I'm not so bothered. But I think whatever I bring down, I'll definitely have the opportunity to make it better or to move it or make it bigger or whatever. So yeah, they'll all get changed a little bit or at least pass through that filter. But I do think I will bring down large sections. Now, that's not to say it'll look the same at all, because it might be that this sort of, say the Brick Bounty ship that is a Chinese restaurant, that might still be in a dry dock, but that might be way away from the marina now, or maybe the marina will come with it and there'll be a brand new district in between the castle and the marina or something like that. So I think just because whole sections might come down, I think there might be a big gap between what used to be their neighbour and their future neighbour. So yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting to see. Things like my central station, I definitely want to keep because I really enjoyed that and I enjoy looking at it in the mall and things like that. Well, we're definitely not going backwards by getting rid of stuff like that. So yeah, exciting times. I'm really impatient now, which is not great, but I think we've got quite a long way to go with the build of the real life room. Obviously, we've got to put that doorway in. We've got to do the second fix electrics, get all of the carpeting in and all of the paint done. So it doesn't sound that bad, but a lot of these jobs, you kind of got to wait for the previous one to have finished entirely before you can start. Like at the moment, we're waiting for that plaster to dry. So we'll have to be patient, gang. And because of all the banging, the banging, it's given me a real headache. I'm only able to do a brick haul on the weekends at best at the moment, so that's a bit of a shame. I did hope to do something on Friday, just a small build, but even that got ruined by banging. So anyway, keep loyal, keep watching, and I'll give you another update next week, and then we'll be in the Lego room before you know it. Awesome! So hopefully that's answered a few of the most burning questions about the new Lego room for Brick Nottingham 2.0. If you've got any things that you need to know in the next update, do leave a question in the comments section. As always, I'll try and get to that so everyone is as informed as they can be. But as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome Lego videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, as I said, it'll probably be a haul only this week. I'll see if I can squeeze in a small build, but no promises there. Then another update next week with more surprises and maybe a final colour choice. So until all of that, see you! Yes, light blue.